Hi, so I wanted to jump on and talk to you guys about your thyroid and thyroid health. So, are you confused about what exactly your thyroid does? Have you been told your thyroid levels are normal? Um, Nothing you should be concerned about, but you're still having symptoms or you're still struggling with your reproductive health, your overall health, your fertility. Let's chat, okay? So I'm Crystal Melanson. I'm a functional nutritionist and a women's health and fertility specialist. And I wrote a blog this week about thyroid. You can check that out on my website. But I want to let you know 5 things that you really need to be aware of when it comes to your thyroid health. So your thyroid, it's a gland in your throat. And it affects all the metabolic processes in your body, all of your cells. And if you have too low operating thyroid, you can have symptoms like weight gain and fatigue and hair loss. If you have too high thyroid operating, then you can feel like sweaty and hot and weight loss and high blood pressure, things like that. And so it works off of signals telling you how much to secrete of these hormones so that you stay in balance. So you get signals telling your thyroid how to work, kind of like a thermostat. But your thyroid doesn't just work by itself. So your hypothalamus is in your brain. It actually tells your pituitary when it doesn't see enough thyroid hormone or too much thyroid hormone. It tells your pituitary gland to then send a signal to your thyroid to produce or stop producing hormones. So there's a few steps: your hypothalamus to your pituitary to your thyroid, and then your thyroid produces these hormones. So TSH, that is the hormone you likely have heard of, that you've likely gotten tested. That actually comes from your pituitary gland telling your thyroid what to do. So TSH comes from your pituitary going to your thyroid, telling it what to do, to produce more hormone, to not produce more hormone. And then your thyroid, it takes iodine and it makes these hormones, T3 and T4. They circulate around your body. T3 is the active form, and then reverse T3 can be made from T4. So there's a few different ones there, and they go around your body, go into the cells, and they affect every metabolic process in your cells, in your body. Once again, very important, and it's complicated, I know. So here are the 5 things that you need to know about your thyroid. Number 1, TSH. TSH is what your doctor is testing, likely the only thing your doctor is testing. It is not even made by your thyroid, right? So it's not even made by your thyroid, it's by your pituitary. And so TSH actually can be one of the last things that is even affected when you have health concerns. It can take 10 years before your TSH gets wonky. So that's a long time to wait when you could be doing something. So TSH, it's not even made by your thyroid. Number 2, the other hormones, so T3, T4, reverse T3, those are all really important to know to properly assess your thyroid health, your endocrine system. So we need to see all of those hormones, those actual hormones that are made by your thyroid as well, okay? Number 3 is that you have 2 different antibodies that we can look for that can be produced when you're having an autoimmune reaction. And these are very important to know, especially before pregnancy, because the situation can get worse afterwards. So that's a common scenario. If you have any autoimmunity in yourself, in your family, or once again, you just have health issues that aren't being solved, we want to see those antibodies. We want to see if there's a situation going on there. Number 4 is your normal results might not be optimal. That doesn't mean that they're great just because they're normal. Normal lab results are being compared to the general population. Are you normal within the general population? Remember, the general population is pretty sick, right? So that's not necessarily a good thing. So I might interpret your lab results differently from your doctor, because there are optimal levels that we want to be looking for. Once again, are you doing your best? Can we support you in other ways? Are there signs that there's more going on? And then number 5 is that thyroid conditions and like hypothyroidism are not always about the thyroid itself. So remember, it's kind of a complex chain. And we fix your thyroid, how it's working, by figuring out what's stressing it out. So thyroid conditions are often what we think of like a secondary condition. It's not that there's something particularly wrong with the thyroid itself, but that there's something else in your body going on that's stressing it out. So we need to explore and look for what those are so that we can help heal your thyroid. And you may get told to go on medication to help support your thyroid. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we do need that. But thyroid medication doesn't fix your thyroid, right? It might help you feel better, but it's not fixing it. And we need to continue to look for what the problem is, okay? So those are the 5 things that you really need to know about your thyroid to properly assess its health, to know that everything's okay. And we want to figure this out right now. We need to look into this. So once again, I did write a blog post on my website this week that you can look at with a little more in depth on that. But your thyroid affects your overall health greatly. If you've had any issues, the rate of miscarriage in those with autoimmune thyroid disorders have been shown to be maybe higher than even 36% than those without autoimmune thyroid disorders. So that's a huge deal. If you're having any sort of symptoms, things like irregular cycles, even not ovulating, recurrent miscarriage, just unexplained infertility, we might be able to explain some things by really having that comprehensive look into your thyroid. So have you done that? Have you really properly assessed it when they told you everything is normal? Okay. Is it being supported? Are we looking for what is causing any issue? So if you'd like more info on how you can properly test your thyroid, how we can help you heal naturally, then shoot me a message. This is so important for your overall health, but also to prepare your body to conceive, and if you're trying to work on your fertility. So if you have any questions below, let me know. And otherwise, I just really want you to make sure that you're given the full picture on your health, ladies. That's really what this is about. Because when you're given that full picture, you have so much more power. All right, I'll talk to you soon.